Okay, welcome back. Last time we completed everything at Club Gold and got Ulala to rejoin the party after defeating her Joker form, and today we need to head to Club Zodiac, which I'm gonna do right now, mostly just because there is a bit of dialogue and then a rumour you can get, and I'll talk more about that once we're done with this little section. Made it. Thanks again for saving me at the clock tower. Tatsuya, where is he now? That's right, Tatsuya and I hung out here a lot. He's really bad, but he's so kind, but lately he's been acting up and not been around. What did Tatsuya say before he disappeared? Atone for my sins, said, whatever that means. Sins. So where are these people that have been supposedly kidnapped? In the back, this club was bought by the Taiwanese mafia. The kidnappers spoke Chinese. I see. Leave Noriko and Tatsuya to us. Take care of those two. They're the only people who can carry on a decent conversation with. Okay, so I also want to talk to this girl because I heard it's like a complicated maze in the back, but you can pick up good stuff. And that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go and make the dungeon a little bit more complicated in order to get better items there. However, now that I've done that, I can start rambling. And by that, I mean, I was like, fortunately for me, I took notes about this in advance because I knew that I was probably going to mess it up. Okay, so I want to go to Parabellum to get new weapons and stuff. And by new weapons and stuff, I mean, Ulala should be fine. I'm gonna get just new weapons for the rest of the party. Okay, that's a bit more than I thought it would be, but you know what? We should be okay. And if, you know what? If nothing else, it should counterbalance it because Katsuya will hit like an absolute train. Like, he will just hit so hard, it shouldn't make any difference. Hopefully. Hopefully. Okay, and now I buy 4 of these for not that much, and 4 of those for not that much, and that should be better for now. Obviously, it's still not amazing, but I would rather have those than not, you know? I'd rather have some semblance of solid equipment for my party member. So we should be okay. You know what? I can also keep Mr. Bun Bun, just because that is +1 luck. And who knows? Who knows, maybe that'll give me a random lucky crit, and that'll save the day somehow. Okay, now I want to go to Ringadai and go to Time Castle. And buy a Maragi card, because I know this next boss is weak to fire, and I don't have all that many fire personas. Actually, maybe a regular Agi card would also play, but you know what, I'm going to stick with Maragi, and hopefully it'll be okay. But now I also want to, I also need to remember to keep 3,000, because if I don't, I won't be able to spread the rumor. I want 10 revival beads, all rattled, and I'll stock up on a few of just in case. I think I should do it. Now, hopefully, I should still have enough money to do a couple of things, because we're nearly done. We're nearly done, and then we can actually go into Then once we actually go into Club Zodiac, I'll talk more at length about things. I've gone to the wrong place. I needed active agency. Because this is my first episode I'm recording after my unintentionally lengthy hiatus, and I basically just want to kind of talk a bit about that. Okay. Do I not have the magazine for it? Or is it the wrong one? Miracle magazine. Yeah, sure, you can win skill cards from that one. Sure, why not? And then behind Club Zodiac is like an intricate maze. And hopefully we'll be okay. So hopefully I can enter this one now. Okay, sure. Will we win any skill cards? Probably not, but hey. There is a non-zero chance, you know? It's probably very unlikely, but there is a chance that isn't zero. And now, finally, we can go to the Velvet Room before we start doing anything else properly. Oh my, I didn't expect you would bring someone's memory shard to a place like this. This appears to belong to Master Tatsuya Suo somehow. It appears that Tatsuya knows quite a few things that you do not. You'll be able to learn them for yourselves by peeking into this memory shard. However, there may be some things among them that you must not yet know. I encourage you to be prepared as you peek in. So, that acts as the introduction to Tatsuya's scenario. There's 3 parts to it, I will get all of them, and then I'll do those right at the end of the game before I fight the final boss. Okay, off we go. It seems that there's a persona trying to be reborn into a new form. I forgot to explain, but you're familiar with fusion spells, correct? When you use it, there's a chance it will cause a persona to mutate. There are personas that increase in ability, and others that gain new spells, but there are ones that can become an entirely different persona. But to do so, they need my help. If such a change occurs, please come to me. Okay, thanks, Igor. Of course, it is not necessary that you mutate your persona. After mutation, a persona returns to rank 1, so please decide on your own whether or not to mutate it. Also, if you have the same post-mutated persona, it might not let the mutation happen, so be warned. Anyway, welcome to the Velvet Room. What business do you have here today? So, if we try to mutate, we can eventually get Maya Prime, but we aren't quite high enough level to get her just yet. However, I did take notes on these in advance because I wanted to get a few specific personas. So I want 174 Lovers cards, I want 75 Justice cards, and I want 45 Hanged Man cards. Yeah, I kind of prepared myself in advance for all of these just because I didn't want to have to sit here and do maths for like 20 minutes. So, first things first, I'm also going to fuse myself a Tengu, and Tengu should just be okay. That should be fine as is. And hey, it gets Blade of Fury, so that should, well, eventually it gets Blade of Fury. So that will be quite helpful to have, just to be able to kind of spam out strong moves eventually. So we now have a Tengu available. Now we can also fuse... I need 2 more. I miscalculated! 10 out of 10. Good job, me. Hey, Demon Panther, can you give me 2 more Lovers cards, please? Because I want to get both Pyro Jack and Jack Frost. One, because fire is good against the next boss, and 2, Jack Frost basically just walls the next boss, which is quite helpful. And okay, he just gets Maragi naturally. I don't. He also gets Maragion by the end of his level up set, so that's actually very nice. Also, not gonna lie, it keeps disconnecting a little bit, which is a tiny bit inconvenient, but hey. It's never stopping me for that long, but it's a very minor. Okay, so now we can also get Jack Frost. I want to use Jack Frost Dia. Maybe I should have taught Dia. Well, too late now. one of these days I'll actually get a fusion accident in P2. I'm sure fusion accidents must be able to happen in. I think they must just be super, super rare, because I don't think I've ever actually seen. Now, we can also go and get Shax, which will be in New Persona for Baofu, and it also gets Bufla and Zio, so we have a bit of coverage on there. You know what? I will... Well, just for a bit more coverage, I think Gree is almighty damage, so that might come in quite handy. Or it might be completely worthless. We will see. Okay, so thank you. We now have Shax as a new persona for Baofu. So we have new personas for Ulala, new persona for Maya, new persona for Baofu, which means it is also time to fuse Mars and get a new persona for Katsuya, who also gets Media by a rank up. That is very nice. I'm not going to give it the strength boost, and I have a feeling I might end up regretting that choice. But hey, hopefully we will be okay with it. Now then, now that I have all these, I just need to remember to actually equip them, and then we can be on our way and start making our way through this nightclub. Okay, so take on Persona. Oh, I need to switch some personas out. Okay, Poltergeist, get out here, buddy. Harpy, get out here, buddy. Okay, so Tengu. So we got Tengu, we got Pyrojack, we got Jack Frost, we got Shax, and we got Mars. I need to switch something out. What am I not gonna use? I'm probably not gonna use Callisto very much. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna use Callisto, so I'll switch Callisto. I feel bad getting rid of someone's big persona so early on in the game, but honestly, I feel like Ulala needs all the help she can get. Mostly just because, I'm gonna be honest, she's maybe my least favorite party member. Like, in general, just in Persona. Like, I just don't think she's a particularly strong party member across the board in general. Like, I like her as a character a fair bit, but just as a party member, she is not the best. Okay, so everyone else has new personas. Now then, let's finally get to Club Zodiac. And hopefully nothing goes horribly wrong. You know what? I'm gonna safety save now, just in case. Because, honestly, if I get wiped out super quick, if I just completely fail and just get completely wiped out, I don't want to have to redo the last 13 minutes of recording. Okay, off we go into the nightclub. Well, I was the controller just DCing for a second. Wasn't expecting that, but you know what? Leave it in. Okay, that was a bizarre one. Okay, I guess we're also fighting Shax in here. And since I now have it as a persona, I just know what it's weak to. It's weak to fire and earth, and guns. So, actually, hold on. No, you. Pyrojack. And we can go for Agilao, Baofu, or... Nope, can go for... I can cast Magaru and Katia. I can cast Agilao, and we'll kill 2 at least. Anyway, so... Do we kill 2? Yes, we do kill 2. I don't need to cast Blazing, though. Anyway. You know what, sure, why not? Just for style point. Oh, cool, they both got a rank up. Very nice. And a mutation, apparently. No? Guess I miscalculated on that. Maybe I should have done... Was I meant to do grinding in between episodes? So, this is actually a perfect segue, because I have not recorded or played this game at all since since my hiatus started. Which, honestly, this is my attempt at a segue into talking about that. Yeah, it's not exactly the smoothest of segues, let's be real here. But yeah, pretty much, I had it only until I got to the start of July and was feeling just really kind of not great mentally, so I decided, okay, I'm gonna take a couple of weeks and I'll come back and do everything else. And that was the plan. But that was the plan. I had fully intended on that being how things would go. And then just a series of events basically just took that completely out of my control for a bit. So, yeah, 2 weeks quickly turned into 2 months. And I'm not exactly happy about it, but, hey, you know what? I'm gonna look at the positives for it. I did get a fair bit of stuff done, just kind of like, the meantime. Like, while I couldn't record stuff, I did get a fair bit of stuff done. So while I couldn't record, I ended up just like playing a few games and just watching stuff. Just kind of in my free time. And because, you know, suddenly when you can't record, you suddenly get a lot more free time. And basically, I ended up finally playing Pokemon Legends Arceus. I finally played Pokemon Legends Arceus, I finally played Persona 5 Strikers, and I replayed DMC 3. And, well, I will give some thoughts on those in a bit. But I would quite like to just talk a bit more about kind of just plans going forward for now, I think. Oh no, it's a fist thing. Were you the physical attack? You know what? I'm just gonna hit it with a bit of everything and see what sticks. Because I need this thing gone. I do not like this. Okay. Okay, safe. Never mind. We're totally okay. Oh, cool, we did get a mutation. That's increased. Very nice, cool. Okay, and Baofu leveled up to 21. Okay, so pretty much, my thought process is I'm still not 100% sure, but I'm still not 100% sure on like where I'm going, what I'm doing with all this. And you know, things are open and prone to change. But as it is right now, my plan is that I'm still going to finish Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. Basically, the current thought process is I'm going to finish Eternal Punishment and see where I go from there. Like, I'm not 100% certain what the future of this channel is, but I'm not just going to just abandon a playthrough. Like, I'm going to just keep... Like, I will finish the playthrough and then decide on like what I'm doing going forward. Like, I might just change how things are done, but I'm not 100% certain. So things are a little bit up in the air for now. But I know for a fact that I am going to be finishing Eternal Punishment at the bare minimum. And hopefully... Oh, a 3 card! That is actually very nice. Okay, zombie DJs. I am just going to do regular attacks, I think. Yeah, I'll just do normal attacks. I'll do normal attacks because even though they're... Oh yeah, right, they're like super resisted. I shouldn't do that. Well, that's inconvenient because I really wanted to conserve some SP right about now. I mean, realistically, the better play would be, hey, what if I just, you know, what's the word? What if I just didn't fight everything? Yeah, but where's the fun in that? And also, I distinctly remember this next boss fight being quite difficult, so I would quite like to keep myself at least a little bit safer. But things aren't looking too great for the old party right about now. But hey, you know what? By the time I reach the boss, I'll probably have gotten another level up. I hope. Oh. I'm gonna keep looking around, see if there's anything else I can pick up. But you know what? Just for my own convenience, I'll go up the stairs just for a second. I don't even know how that was for my own convenience, if I'm being honest. Okay, these are just some guys. So I can probably just attack them with regular attacks. And I can have Ulala do regular attacks and have Maya switch to her base persona and heal everyone, I think. Because this way, it is probably the most cost-effective thing I have, and Ulala heals herself a little bit on her physical attacks. So that will hopefully be very helpful to me. Man, they just shot Katsuya twice. Okay, we got freedom though. Fantastic. Hopefully we can encounter more of those guys, because I would quite like to conserve more SP, and I do not have many chewing souls and stuff left. Okay, you know what? Maybe I should have just gone up the stairs. Maybe that's why I didn't. Okay, let's just ignore all those. Anyway, so what was I saying? What did I do while I was away? Oh, also, I don't know how it's coming through, but I'm currently in a mostly empty room, because in addition to everything else, I've kind of been, like, getting my room renovated. Well, renovated is a big word for it. I've basically just been, like, getting it redecorated. And yeah, so the room is currently largely empty, so if I sound a bit more distant or whatever in the next couple of episodes, that will probably... But yeah, so while I was away, what did I do? I played Persona 5 Strikers, and that game is... It's good, but I think it also suffers from one massive problem. Also, that's the controller gone again. Like, there we go. That wasn't great. But yeah, I think Persona 5 Strikers is good. Really, that was like my toe tapped that and I just got blown up for half my health bar. Not exactly ideal, is it? But hey, we will manage. Hopefully. I have to say hopefully, because man, I have an awful run of luck with it, apparently. Okay, hopefully this should just get rid of all these in one move. So, yeah. Persona 5 Strikers, I think it's good. I think the gameplay does start to drag a bit. Like, I think some of the bosses end up having way too much health, and grinding to max out everything was miserable. Like, in order to max out all of the, like, bond abilities for the final achievement, I ended up fighting the same enemy over and over again for, like, 8 hours, and while it was, you know, the optimal way to do it, it definitely wasn't fun. I think it's one of those games where the game itself is fun, but 100%ing it is very tedious. I think that's probably my best way of describing it. But overall, I would quite recommend it, and honestly, there was a certain level of joy that it brought me. Just because, you know, I was playing it when I wasn't exactly feeling my brightest. It was like, basically, I played it when I wasn't exactly feeling my brightest, but I hadn't played Persona 5 in a very long time. And, like, the last time I played Persona 5, hang on, I will explain this more after this dialogue. Hurry and leave, because, you know, be back more? Can't go in. Okay, fair enough. Ordinaries don't need to know about punks like these. There wouldn't be anything better than never finding out. You only knew a small part of the world, huh? Lived here like normal. There's a lot of scary things going on over in the dark side. City by day, city by night, front and back, street. City has many faces. Cities also have personas. I mean, that's one way of phrasing it, Katsuya, but okay. So yeah, basically, I started playing Persona 5 Strikers when I wasn't exactly feeling my brightest, and there was just a certain level of joy that it gave me, because it's just like, I have not played Persona 5 since E20, since Royal came out. Basically, I played Royal when it first came out here, and yeah, I love that game to death, and I just hadn't played it since. So basically, I guess very, very, very minor spoiler. When Joker comes back to LeBlanc, and everyone kind of just like jumps out and surprises him, it was just like, yeah. Like, it was just a good moment of, yeah, welcome home. Like, bro, I don't know. I don't really know how best to describe it. But, yeah. Sentimental is what I'm gonna go with for it. And I do think that the game is pretty cool. I think some of the not the palaces, the jails, I think it's a cool concept, but I do think it maybe drags on a little bit. But I would still recommend the game. I think it's, like, I thought that it would be, like, it's a game that I put off for a very long time because, like, I put it off for a very long time because I was a little bit worried about not liking it. Because I have heard that a lot of Warriors-style, like, Muso games, I have heard that they're kind of wildly inconsistent with quality. Like, I've heard that some of them are absolutely amazing and some are real bad. So I was definitely a bit apprehensive about playing it. But you know what? I put it off for such a long time, and you know what? I'm glad that I finally played it. And eventually, like, the main story I think is kind of cool. I do quite like the main story, but would not recommend grinding for 100%. After that, I moved on to play Pokemon Legends Arceus. Okay, so, Legends Arceus. What's the easiest way for me to say I don't like it? Like, what's the easiest, simplest way for me to say I think it's not very fun? Like, I think it's great for the first hour. Like, I think early on it's really fun, and then it gets really tedious. Like, because also Legends ZA is still coming out, but after playing Legends Arceus, I'm not sure if I'm all that invested in playing ZA anymore. Although I know that they are going to be a bit different. Also, I just picked up a new gun. New gun for Katya. Yes, we'll take this Swift and... Okay, S&W, I assume that's meant to be a Smith & Wesson, right? But I'm not a gun person. Like, I'm not exactly someone who is particularly knowledgeable about firearms. But, like, I think that's what it is, right? If anyone knows, please tell me. If I'm completely wrong, please tell me. But I'm relatively sure that I'm right. I have to say I'm relatively sure, because I'm not 100%. And I'm also realizing that I'm still not exactly in the best position here, but you know what? We should be okay. But yeah, so my thought process with Legends Arceus is, I think it's a really neat concept. Conceptually, I really like it. I like the idea of, hey, make the first Pokedex. And I think it just drags itself on too long. Like, I'll be honest, I didn't care much for the story. I didn't care much for the story, and I think... Okay, so I guess spoiler for a game that basically everyone's played by now. Yeah, Volo being evil was not a plot twist at all. Like, that was the most obvious plot twist ever to me. It's like, hey, if I've ever played Gen 4 before, like, if I had never played Pokemon Platinum, it probably would have been an amazing plot twist. Well, let's be real here. We've had, like, years and years and years. We've had nearly 2 decades of memes about Cynthia. Like, yeah, you see someone throw out a Togepi the first time, then they throw out a Gibble. Yeah, I'm gonna be suspicious of that. Like, I'm gonna be suspicious of the person who throws out a Togepi, you know, the Pokemon you get from the egg that Cynthia gives you, and then throws out a Gibble the next time you see them. Like, yeah, I'm not trusting that. However, I will say, his, like, final battle outfit looks kinda cool. I'm glad that the game kind of acknowledges that and lets you get that outfit for yourself after you catch Arceus. But yeah, I think I wasn't the biggest fan of Legends Arceus. Like, I think it just kind of dragged on too long, because it's just like, hey, catch all the Pokemon, fine. Catch all the Pokemon like 30 times. Now that's a bit tedious. I know that that's not all of the research tasks, but also on top of that, I just didn't really like how the battles worked in it. Like, I'm glad the battles weren't a like major mechanic in it, because honestly, I really didn't like how battles were in Legends Arceus. Like, I think, like, I like the, in concept, I like the idea of strong style and whatchamacallit, of the strong style and agile style moves. But in practice, I just didn't like it very much. I just didn't like the way the battles were. Because, I don't know, I feel like very frequently, you would have a moment where it was, okay, cool, well, I am significantly stronger than my opponent here. Yeah, okay, cool, I knocked out one of their Pokemon. Oh, cool, now they just sent out the next one, and just strong style to move because they got to move first. That's just arbitrarily, basically. And I feel like it kind of just took strategy out of it. Okay, yes, I know that playing a main series Pokemon game and talking about strategy is kind of, I know that strategy in a main series Pokemon game isn't really something that you need to think about, like 99% of the time, but I don't know, man, it just never really fully clicked with me, and yeah, kind of just dragged on a bit. I did find a good few shinies though, so I'll take my positives where I can get them. I'll definitely take my positives where I can get them. I found finding shinies very easy. Well, very practical, I guess. I think it was a pretty good game for hunting shinies. But, overall, it's not a game I see myself going back and playing, at least not for a long time. However, I will say, there is no shame in being the second best Arceus-focused Pokemon spin-off. Because nothing is beating Pokemon Conquest. Like, ever. Unless we miraculously get a Pokemon Conquest 2. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not holding my breath on getting a Pokemon Conquest 2, but man, I want one. Or even if it just got ported to the Switch. Oh yeah, right, the Switch 2 came out. Just completely forgot about that. Jack Frost, what are you doing here? You're a okay. Jack Frost? Jack Frost, I have you as a persona. I mean, hey, 10 lovers cards, and I gotta skip a fight. So, well, you drive a hard bargain there, Jack Frost. You're a good businessman there, Mr. Frost. I have looped all the way back around. I have turned this place into a maze. And you know what? Yeah, sure, why not? You know, Blazing Burst probably just kills this guy outright, I think. It didn't just kill that guy outright, but it nearly did. Oh well. Well, still works. I'm pretty sure that I must be fairly close to the end of this dungeon, because I'm pretty sure that there's only three. I'm pretty sure there's 3 floors in this place. I think I just took the wrong set of stairs earlier. On the plus side, these guys are not all that much of a problem to fight, so we should be okay. I should have paid more attention to how close Katsuya was to level up, because he is starting to run out of SP. I also need to be careful, because he is going to be in a really bad spot for this boss fight. Oh wait, yeah, the boss uses buffs, I think, as well. Well, this is going to go badly. This is me calling my shot in advance. This boss fight is going to go horribly wrong. But hey, you know what? We can dream. We can dream the impossible dream that I somehow don't mess it up for once. I have to refer to it as the impossible dream because, man, I mess these things up fairly frequently. Okay, so after Legends Arceus, I also played Devil May Cry 3 again, and in my free time. And you know what? DMC3 is really good, but man does it have a few enemies that just suck. Like, some of those enemies are really bad. Like, I don't think anyone likes the Dullahan enemies, like the big floating shield guys, as I have to kind of jump and get behind. Like, those guys aren't great. They're kind of weird, like, mist cloud things. Not a fan of those. And I think the chess piece ones are really cool, but I feel like you see them maybe a little bit too often. And a couple of those bosses aren't the best, especially Arkham. And the Arkham fight is awful. Like, I don't know who thought it was a good idea to go like, hey, so you're gonna do half the boss fight normally, and don't get me wrong, being able to fight alongside Virgil is super cool. The fact that that also became like a pseudo co-op thing on the PS2 is super cool. Unfortunately, that also kind of falls flat on its face, because like, hey, you know all these cool moves you've had access to for the entire game? And also, hey, you know your Devil Trigger? Yeah, you can't use that in this boss fight at all. Like, why? Like, I get that's probably meant to be thematic and everything, but ultimately it's kinda just a bit annoying. It's like, hey, this makes this way harder than it needs to be. But yeah, basically I ended up playing through the game, I want to say like 7 times. I got the Platinum Trophy in the HD collection, so I now have the HD collection fully complete. So that's DMC 1, 2, and 3 Platinum Trophies, which is now the second time I've done that for the HD collection, because I also did it on the Xbox 360. So, I guess that's my pointless flex of the day. But yeah, DMC 3, I think is a really good game. I do want to maybe play the Switch version at some point, because the Switch version seems like it's kind of the definitive edition for it. Now, you may be wondering, Branch, why would you say the Switch, like the definitive edition for it? Quite simply, the Switch version has style switching just on a button. Like, you can just style switch whenever, apparently. And that would be very nice to have. Because the amount of times in playing it that I was thinking, man, it'd be great if I could have access to Trickster and Swordmaster here. And obviously I didn't, because, you know, I'm playing a version of the game from like 2005, 2006. When was Special Edition? I think Special Edition was probably like late 2005, early 2006. Where am I going? I must be going the wrong way, right? No, I must be going the right way. It's not going well. But yeah, so DMC3, easily the hardest one. Like, I would say it's easily the hardest one. I think the fact that you don't get your Devil Trigger until like mission 8. You fight Virgil in mission 7 and awaken DT in mission 8. Like, I think that definitely makes it a little bit tougher. Okay, so that is just an entire section that I hadn't gone to yet. But I also need to navigate around and not step on these, because if I step on these, they kind of explode and do damage, and I don't really want to take damage if I can avoid it. Okay, you know what, let's just go for damage, I think. Now let's just go for flat damage and see how much we can... And hopefully get Tengu to learn a couple of new things as well. I say that Tengu will probably not learn anything new, but still, hey, you know what, we should be okay. You know what? Yeah, sure, why not? For a second, I thought I misclicked and was targeting Kiyohime there, and if I had, that would have been pretty bad because it wouldn't have done anything. Because Kiyohime is immune to fire, because her entire myth, like the entire legend surrounding Kiyohime was like, she got like super attached to, I think it was a monk? And ended up just like trapping him in a bell and just like burnt him to death. I'm pretty sure that was Kiyohime's legend. I'm like 90% sure that that's the legend of Kiyohime. Okay, this should be fine. Hama should just kill outright. 10 out of 10. I love it when the insta-kill spells actually work. I hate it when the insta-kill spells work against me, but, you know, that happens sometimes. Now that I think about it, I don't think it... Did it ever happen to me in Persona 3, 4, or 5? Statistically, it must have. At some point. I must have gotten hit by it in 3, 4, or 5 at some point. Like, I refuse to believe I haven't. But I don't recall it ever happening, but I probably got really mad about it and just tried to forget about it. Which would make a lot of sense, because that is a frustrating thing. Like, that can be very frustrating. Where it's like, hey, cool, I'm doing great, and then the game just goes, insta-kill spell. Oh, your party leader died? Well, you know, sucks to be you, I guess. Okay, secret casino. You need to know the password to enter. Do you know the password? No one besides people... This place, no one enters besides people concerned. If you okay, fine, I will temporarily leave. Okay, now... Where do I go here? Okay, you know what? I'm going to pull my super power card of I've played this game before and just use the code. Code is Panther. I've played the game before. I've played this game before. You can't trick me, game. I'm not getting bamboozled by a game I've played before. Like, I remember a couple of these codes. I remember a couple of these codes for a couple of important dungeons. Okay, in we go. Ease. Wait. What? Identify yourself. Let him pass. Long time no see. So it was you at the sanitarium. Who is he? Young Pao, a low-life assassin. Assassin? What? Why is a guy like that at the police station? You're in the same business as we. Yeah, if you're gonna arrest me, get him first. So this is Young Pao, an assassin from the Xiantao Lian. He seems to have some connection with Baofu. Also, if I've pronounced that terribly wrong, I am really sorry. He killed 25 of my men in Taiwan. I only killed 1 Japanese. It's unfair. Got your face, Young Pao. Tell me what you know before you die. What's Tatsuzo planning? Come clean and I'll kill you painlessly. Come now, Baofu. You know I'd never agree to those terms. But I'll tell you this. I work with the police and the new Japanese government. Uka hunting is good for our relations. I'm tired of playing your games, Young Pao. Where are the people who've been abducted? No one else is here but the kitten that we just hunted. If you want, I give the cat back. No. Noriko? Are you okay? Drugs are working. She's just calm right now. Before that, she was like a tiger. We had trouble capturing her. You were a target too, weren't you? Okay. Weird looking persona, but okay. Okay, so this is the fight with Juka Noriko. Juka Noriko is weak to fire, but is also good against, but also uses a lot of water and ice, which means Jack Frost is going to be a high value persona in this fight for me. But my plan here is I'm going to try to get rid of the Ryumans. I'm going to try to get rid of these guys first, and then go all in on trying to get rid of, and then go all in on fighting Noriko. However, Noriko is very dangerous here. Partially because I think I'm actually a little bit underleveled. Also, these guys are way tougher than the normal ones that we've been fighting. But hey, hopefully we're okay. And fusion spells to have. Pegasus Strike. Yeah, why not? Let's hit one with that. And then I'll go for Bufu and Slash. These guys are nearly dead, right? We got one of them is nearly dead. I'll probably be able to finish them off this turn. Or at least maybe next turn. And Bufu just got punched in the face with bullets, I guess, because that was a repeat air attack. Right, there goes one. Okay, they went for the old maid. I hate the old maid move. It's so stupid. Like, I hate the old maid move because I don't quite understand fully how it works. Like, I think it's basically just like, don't use your persona, but I don't want to use my personas. Okay. Okay, hold on. Katsuya just did so much damage there. Okay, so go for a revival bead to bring Katsuya back up. Now I'll have Baofu. Baofu, do we have anything else that Knolls or trains or not weak to water? Oh, Shax is null water. Okay, you know what? Yeah, sure, stick with that, I suppose. And then I can have Ulala switch that to using Pyro Jack. This isn't exactly gonna go for best for her, but hopefully we'll be okay. Okay, I think they might actually be able to, they may be able to just kill Katsuya on loop, which isn't great. So what if I Aguilau, Revival Bead, cancel the turn, then I have Katsuya switch. If I put Katsuya on Jack Frost and have him attack, and then everyone else can defend. Actually, hold on. Better idea. I can have Ulala hopefully heal people a bit, and Maya can also heal people a bit, and hopefully we're okay. I mean, hey, you know what? If nothing else, Katsuya is hitting very hard. Okay, so we'll revive. Katsuya can probably just stick to doing regular attacks for the rest of his fight now, if I'm being honest. Well, that was inconvenient. Okay, Baofu. No, wait, Maya can revive. Also, with how badly these boss fights are going, I should really just get something with Rakam. Also, it is probably also important to note that she also does still have... Sorry, I just got taken aback by a second by the fact that Maya just got critted for 360 damage. Okay, so Katsuya can just attack. And Lala can catch everyone up, I think. Okay, there's the old maid again. Now then, I can have Ulala switch to Pyrojack. And I can have Baofu. Baofu use Mars. He can, but it's not great for him. And no it. I will have Baofu switch to using Mars here. And then I can go for Fire Cut, those two. Then Maya can... Do I have anything that boosts Dexterity? I can have Maya go onto Tengu. And just go for Magaru, I suppose. And then Katsuya can do a regular attack, because he has regular fire-based attacks. The Fire Cut EX might kill. Okay, it didn't quite. Okay, well, this has suddenly gone a lot worse than I thought it would. Yeah, so, yeah, the following statement may come as a surprise to 0 people. Yeah, I might be just a teensy little bit under-leveled right about now. I know, a shocking twist. Okay, you know what, I'm gonna switch Maya back to her base persona, because statistically I'm more likely to have her survive the turn this way. And now, I can have Ulala, like, get back up, switch to Iris, and hopefully get a heal off for everyone. I know she'll get a heal off for everyone, I just don't know if she'll survive. Okay. Okay, they messed up with Mara and Karen. They went for Mara and Karen, they messed up. Okay. And now... Wait, I can give us stuff. You know what? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's just go for it. Oh, well. Okay, today on Katsuya just shoots a child, I guess. We won. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give Maya a... We're gonna give Maya a boost to her strength. Just a little bit, and 1 to luck. Because these are starting to fall way behind, and I would like her to at least be able to do something with her strength stat. I also want to get Ulala's strength up. Either her strength... Honestly, anything that isn't her agility. Okay, Baofu, same thing, really. Anything that isn't luck. But hey, we won, so that's good. She alright? Looks like she's just unconscious. Poor thing. Damn. Got away. Damn it! Baofu, what he said true. So what if it is? They're hunted in Taiwan for being impure. No matter how many are killed, people should be grateful. This is out of your jurisdiction. What do you... you don't have what it takes to handle this. Just back off, Suo. You're well versed on insider information regarding the police and the mafia. Just who are you? What the hell's the matter with you two? We have to get out of the Velvet Room. Don't worry, you're no longer a joker. These people saved you. I'm sorry. Are you going to arrest Noriko? Everyone's innocent until proven guilty. We'll keep her under protective custody for the time being. Thanks. Well, it seems that our by-the-books policeman is a softy after all. All that means is the law can't adjudicate in this situation. You got your hands tied now, Suo. There are many who need to be judged before her. Tatsuzo, the Mafia, and the traitors within the police. I'll find the cancer. Damn, they get phone reception in the Velvet Room? Fair enough. Katsuya Suo, right? I want to offer you information on your case. Meet me at Aoba Park. What? Who are you? Sneak. Remember that. Sneak, you say? As in sneaky, huh? Sounds suspicious. What do you plan to do? It might be an informant close by Tatsuzo. I want to try to meet him. Are you alright with that, Amano? Well, sounds like that is our next move. But before I actually go and end off today's episode, let's go back to Aoba and go to Kismet Publishing and see if we won anything. I'm gonna say there's only a 3% chance that I won. I absolutely did not win. But hey, let's see. Do we win? They sent an entire box to say like, hey, you didn't win. That's, even for the 90s, even for like the late 90s, early 2000s, that's wasteful. Anyway, so, actually, I should quickly go and heal, shouldn't I? Yeah, sure, we'll go here. This is like, what, 2,000 or something? But that person's just, yeah, okay. How much is it? 3,000? Man, they really did make this more expensive than it was in Innocent Sin. In Innocent Sin, that was 1,200. That's 2.5 times more expensive. Oh well, whatever, it's fine. Okay, so, today we managed to do everything at Club Zodiac, and next time we're heading to Aoba Park. Okay, but that will be for future meet to handle. Well, now, going forward, I don't really have a second series of anything going on planned. But Eternal Punishment will be continuing on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for the foreseeable future. And if I make any changes to that plan, I will be sure to notify you. But yeah, I'm going to end off today's episode here. As always, feel free to leave a comment or click any of the buttons down below if you feel so inclined. And I will hopefully see you all on Monday, I believe. I think this should be a Friday episode that I'm recording. Not a great sign when I'm recording this on Thursday for Friday, and I'm forgetting that it's a Friday episode. But yes, I should hopefully see you all again on Monday. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.